Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So first, I hope you are all still healthy and you are safe. And hope for us all that these weird times are ending soon. Well, it does not look really like it, but hope the best. A few hours ago, and just during my breakfast, I got a question. And a kind donation. And a question and donation is always a good combination. That sounds always like a tutorial. And the question was a thing from Matt Taylor, so MT01, about this one here. He did this in Houdini, it seems. And the question was if I can do this, if we can do this in Cinema 4D as well. Yes, and of course we can do this in Cinema 4D. And this will be quite straightforward. It's not really hard to do, I think. I did not try it, but I have an idea how it works. And so we will make these rolling tubes. This we did in the last tutorial, so we will know how to, with Espresso, how we can let roll these tubes. This is very easy thing with a very easy Espresso. And all the other things are just dynamics. This should be quite easy. So let's do this. And again, thanks again to Chris Novak for the donation. Really kind. Thank you. And now starting. I start with the spheres. So let's clone some spheres. This we should be easily able, so about 20. Make quite a lot of them. And yeah. But what I know is, so I put this here on the floor. You see I have top to floor here, the plugin. You will find it on my website, and the link to my website is in the description. And yeah, and later on I wanted all these clone spheres are on the floor as well. So and with the random effector, I want to change the size of the spheres here. And normally, if you would do it like this here, the smaller spheres would then float in the air and not stay on the floor. So, but there is a little trick how you can do this. So I take this sphere, I make a null object. This null object now is exactly on the floor. You see it? It's on the bottom from the sphere. So I bring this sphere in the null object, and now when I clone the null object, the cloner clones the null object, and the sphere has its axis down here. So it doesn't matter how big the sphere will be, the cloner will, the sphere will always be on the floor. You will see it. Yeah, let's make it. So go to the null object, Alt click on cloner, and I want the grid array. Quite a lot, so we can work. Yeah, first I want to bring them a little closer together. Let's see how far this is. And let's say 70 seems okay. And make a lot of them, 30 by 30, so that's tens of this. Yeah, lots of clones. And make render instances, so we get when I go closer, it should fill up our viewport here. So for the loop later, and when it's filled up, well, it looks like a good amount here. Let's make the different sizes. So I go to my cloner, and now make a random effector with the cloner selected. So when the cloner is selected, before I use the random, you will see the random effector is automatically the cloner. If it's not inside, just drag it in. And the random effector should affect, please, my scale here. let's go to uniform scale, absolute scale, minus 0.8, let's say. Okay, that's perfect, and you will see all the clones are on the floor. You see, the smaller ones don't leviate or don't float in the air. They are all on the floor. Yeah, let's make a thing here. Let's make a plane. We need a plane as a collider. Plane. And the plane, we have 70 different. Let's 70 here. 30 clones. 3 times 7 is 21. So the plane should be 2100 by 2100. Perfect. Let's see if it's perfect. And now make 30 by 30. So you can say every one should be in its own. Yeah, perfect, in its own quarter. Exactly in the middle. Haha, exactly what I wanted. Oh man, I'm deal. But honestly, I don't know if you feel the same. If we see with this quarantine at home, my brain is like a blob. I cannot concentrate really good and everything. That's great. That's it's really a very strange feeling. I'm often was earlier times. I often was 14 days and more at home and worked. But if you have to stay at home, that's totally different. Good. So let's continue. Just few words. That's nice so far. Okay, let's make some tubes with the and you see now here everything is on the floor. So that's what I show you. If you wouldn't do this with the null object, the smaller ones would be in the middle of this one, so they would float around. So let's make a tube rolling. So let's save this. You see, I prepared a file here. So save it. Make a tube. Oops, no, I want let's bring this, some of the x-axis in this direction here. Bring the tube here to plus x, okay. And don't know how broad, let's make it outer radius 150. And just a guessing 130. I want to make this tube in 3 parts, so like it's here. You see, oops. You see, we have an outer part, an outer ring, then a middle part, and an inner ring. So something I want to make this. So let's give us here segments and a little fillet. Okay, that looks nice. And I bring this to the floor as well, of course. Drop to floor. Nice so far. Save it. Let's make. Yeah, that should work for now. I'll make it all together now. So this tube is later the tube what rotates, and I want to make the inner one. So I copy this, control drag, but bring it under the tube so that this tube rotates with this one. So, and this one make the outer radius now 130, and the inner radius I would say 70. That could work here. Radius of 3. Do we have a radius of 3 here? Yeah. Okay. And another one. This I bring under this guy. So Now an outer radius of 70, and let's say 50 maybe. Okay, and again 3. That should work. Now when this cube rotates, everything rotates with it, of course. So let's see. Let's see if it's true. It's true. Okay, save this. Next step. Yeah, let's roll this thing. And then first, let's make the collision first. And you see in the original one, they don't touch, the spheres don't touch the tubes. And this I want to make the same. And my idea is we make something, we create something like a shield around the tube here. So this should be quite easy. I make a cube here, and this will be our shield. That looks not bad already. Make it a little longer maybe, and make it fillet here. Oops. And the full rounding. Maybe a little longer. Oops, now we get longer here. So that avoids a collision with the sphere. Where is the correct thing here? That doesn't matter. Let's go here and make it in the X. Something like that. Okay, give it here a little more subdivisions. Save this, because this sheet we can make invisible, of course. So that means let's make the cloner here a rigid body tag. So dynamic. Simulation tags, rigid body. Here it's important, inherit tag to children, and all. That's okay. Automatic we can leave here. Friction. I don't want any bounce and any friction. It doesn't matter. Maybe a little friction. 50 friction. Let's try it like this. It's okay. And now here on the cube, the shield. Let's name it shield. Gets an collider body. So we go to simulation tag, collider body. Here we don't have to do nothing. This is okay so far. And yeah, the floor of course gets the collider body too. So this is plane here. A control drag it down. So we have good. When I say bring now the tube and the shield. I want them in one null object, so I make a null object. So when I move the null object, the shield and the tube moves together. So means, whoops, exactly what I want. Let's go out of here. So and yeah, 200 frames is okay for now, I think. And now when I start the animation and drag this forward, you see that works so far. But they go, they went wherever they want. Don't want this, so I go to the collider thing first and make here a follow position. Let's start with 5 by 5. Give it here, for now it's some more frames so that we have more time to play. Okay, play it and bring the. You see, now it comes back. But so let's hide the sheet and make here 10 by 10. and go again. You see, it does not touch the tube, of course. This is exactly what we want. That works great. But some of them go, I see some of them go under the floor here. This is not what I want. So how can we avoid this? First we could try it with Control D in the project settings, Dynamics, Expert, and go up. I am here on 10 steps and the default is by 5. 10 steps should be enough. What we can do is we bring in a floor, normal floor, and make this floor instead of the plane here the collider body, because the floor is the only thing here. Nothing can go through the floor. This is impossible. So in the dynamics, so this should work. But I don't want to see the floor. I want to see our plane here, but not the floor. But the floor should be here only for as collider. So now it should be impossible that something goes under it. Let's see if it's true. So we have, this is our, let's say, tube 1. Save and go through. You see, nothing goes under the floor. That's just simply not possible. Okay, that's great. It works great. Let's make an animation, so we can get to 200, and let's slide through this thing once. So we go to our tube 1, I go to the coordinations. The coordination is the Z-axis here. Make a keyframe, frame 200, go all the way to the other side, rocks, so keyframe, and let's go through. And this is exactly what we want. The spheres don't touch the tube. And yeah, it's perfect. We are great. So next step. Let's roll the tube. For this rolling. So let's go to the tube and give the tube an espresso tag. We did this in the last tutorial with the toilet paper, so we should know it already how to roll it, but I will repeat it. So, but not so close. The best explanation you will find on my YouTube channel for this rolling, with the slightly different puppy, the steampunk puppy, what I did. Simply go to my channel, search for puppy, and you will see it. The third part of this tutorial is where I explain very close and exactly how you do this rolling and why it works. Okay, so we need first this tube. What we need is the circumference of this tube. So good. The circumference we know is diameter times b, or radius twice the radius times b, of course. So what we need is, of course, the radius of this tube now, of the big tube, the outer radius. Drag it into here. So now we have the outer radius, which is 150 in this case. Now we need a mass. We need this times 2, so we have the diameter, and then times b, so we have the circumference. Good, so mass. We need some mass. Is on math add at the moment, but we need not add, we need multiply. So our outer radius times multiplied times 2 is diameter. And we need another input. This is then B. So radius times 2 is diameter times B. Simply type in B times B is circumference. So this whole thing is our circumference. Save it. This is one what we have to know. Then we need a range mapper which converts the radians with what normally cinema calculates, radians to degrees. So this user defines this is a radians, and we need the output range, we need degrees. 360 degrees is exactly what we need. Good. This output, we need an output upper, and the output upper is the circumference. Then the input, what we need here, is the z-axis of our tube here. So you see the z-axis here, the animated axis. Tube, bring it in, and bring in the z-axis. Going. And this comes to here. Nice. And the last thing we need is our tube and the rotation of the tube. Let's see again which rotation we need. We need not this, we need the P rotation. Pitch, heading, pitching, banking. So, rotation and we connect this. And now we already should have our movement, our rolling. So when I go to the tube here and drag the tube, it rolls. Okay, but you see, we have a slight problem. We roll in the wrong direction, but nothing easier than that. We have here a negate node. Negate. And this negates the direction. So output, check, check. And now drag this. It rolls with the perfect speed, you see. It rolls along the thing. So that means when I do now, it's done here. When I do now the animation, this thing rolls through it. And this is exactly what we want. Great, 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 great. Save this. Now we want, of course, let's say a second one of this here in the other direction, so and one what comes from above here. Good, let's do this. So we have this tube 1. Go down here, and I simply copy this tube thing, and let's drag it over, let's say over here or something, wherever we want, so, over here, the last one, for the moment. Good. And I want this starting here and ending here, so I go with Shift F3 to my timeline and hit H, so I have the home timeline inside. Okay, this I have it already. Now, on this tube, I start, let's go down here, so we see a little bit. I select the first frame here, and I'm a minus 2000 blah 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 blah. I go from this blah blah blah. Let's go make I don't know, it doesn't matter. Let's just delete the minus symbol and I'm on the other side. Great. Now I select the last frame here and make this simply minus. Chuck. And now when I hit play, everything works fine. Does this run in the, does this roll in the correct direction? No, you see the second one rolls in different direction. So simply go and delete the negate. Wink, direct connection. Yeah, perfect. So we have this. Wait. And I want this to select you one and two and bring it more in the middle, so something like here maybe. So it's here's the middle and left and right is the same. Okay, that's. But you can do this however you want, but I think this is great. And now we need one of these here. So make another tube. Oops, not plus. Tube. Let's delete with Control Shift click on the keyframe here. You delete the whole keyframes for this one. And this is what I want. I want to bring this in the middle of the scene here. So 0, 0. I rotate this guy here 90 degrees and bring it up somewhere like here. Okay, and now we want to do this moving from here to here, of course. And with a little luck, they don't cross each other, so that they don't intersect. We have to. This is the x-axis now. Yeah. So on frame 0, x-axis, frame 200. Go to somewhere like here and save it. This does not rotate now because we are in the wrong axis now. We're going to different axis, so we have to go again in our Express Attack. We have now, oops, I need this here. We have now the C-axis. The C-axis is okay. Let's do this again. So yeah, the rotation is not okay. So I go to here, and we have rotation P here. But now I think it's not longer. It is rotation P. Let's see why it does not work. Tube 1, 2 in the C-axis. Now this is not the C-axis. This is the X-axis along the X-axis. So we need a tube 1, 2. The X-axis is here animated, and we have position C, but we need the position X here. And we can delete the position C here. With double click on the points, you can delete and bring this in. And now it does the correct thing. Does it? Is the speed the same? Yeah, this works. Okay. Nice. Save. Now we could start with the loop. The texturing we do later, and I will do it only for Octane because this is a very simple texture. It's just a MoGraph color and a little scratched floor, nothing else. So the MoGraph color for physical render, I showed it so often. And please watch the other tutorials, because I think it's not really. It has no sense when every time I show everything from the beginning. This is it's better to watch the older videos where I show it, because every time I do it for both render, and so when I already showed it 100 times, if you have problems, you can ask me to every time, and I will answer and will help you if you have problems. If you really need some help with a physical render, so I will help you. No question about it. Just write it in the comments or somewhere, and I will help you. But for the tutorial, I do it sake of speed, just with Octane render. Good. I hope this is okay. Yeah, we need a loop now. Let's make this so that this thing feels. Oh, I think so. This won't loop now. So, but we are lucky with no intersections. This already almost loops. But I want this moves, of course. So we have here good start, I think. So I'm bringing a camera. Do I need a Octane camera for this? No, I don't need it. I don't use any. Maybe I take an Octane camera because I'm not sure. Maybe I will use some depth of field or something else. I don't plan it, but what else? So Octane camera does not hurt. And I want here first. I want here 80. So let's go out and something like this. So it has. I can do this later. First, I want to make 3 of these scenes. So let's see. This is the cloner here. These are our tubes. And okay, I make a null called scene 1. And in this scene 1, I put everything but the camera. So, what we can't do, we cannot make now simply instances, because they wouldn't work with the dynamics, even if I cache them. Now what I mean is, when I make an instance now of this, whoop, and say this instance goes, we are in the x-axis, because minus 2100, this is the size of the plane in the x-axis. See, we have it here. And when I now make here you see here the dynamics work, but here on the instance we have no dynamics, and this don't even work if I cache the dynamics. The only thing how I could work with instances is when I make the animation, when I convert it to an Alembic file, then it would work. But it's not necessary. This is not so a hard file, so it's a heavy file. So we can easily copy this scene, control drag it down, go here to minus 2100, copy it again, and instead of minus 1100, bring it to 1100. So I have 3 times, and now everywhere the dynamics work. Great, so far so good. Now let's find a nice spot for our camera here. We shouldn't see at the beginning any of the tubes. This is the first thing. So we have not one of the tubes in our scene. Nice, save. And now I don't animate. We did this as well sometimes. I don't want to animate the camera. I wanted to bring the camera in a null and animate the null. So I make a new null, which is camera move, and bring the camera inside. So And now everything what I do with the camera doesn't matter. When I animate the now, it will every time loop. So I go now to camera and coordinates, and we have to camera the x-axis, yes. Make a keyframe and then go to frame 200, and we need this direction, this direction, this direction. So go here to 2100, so the size of the plane. So we don't, here I see we have a little spot. So now I can fix this, I can fix with the camera, because when I go with the camera now up to here, so that I don't see this, it would loop. So let's go to frame 1, to frame 0. Okay, I see here is, I don't want to see this. Can go closer and maybe. Now it's out of the scene. Okay, frame 200, and I don't see anything here. And frame 0. This is great, so it's not in the scene. Maybe we can go below now. This 200. Okay, save. This should work now as an loop. Let's make a simple hardware render, then we can see it. So I could, no, not IPR. Why IPR? The render settings. Save. Don't forget to save in between. Hardware render, and not all frames. I don't want the first and the last frame the same, so I'm going to 199 frames. And yeah, that's it. Render it. It should go ahead fast. Render. Yeah, we could have baked our animation here. I will do this later for a render, so it would calculate a little faster, so it would render faster. But you see, it's quite fast, so as well. Okay, and now let's see if we have a loop. Only thing I don't like is that don't stand still here. So you see the first one and the 200, 199 in this case. This is not what I want. Let's try. It's not a great thing, but I see it, and when I see it, I'm not happy with it. What I could do is make the force here bigger, the 12 or something else, so they stand still earlier. Or I try it with a delay effector. I select all the clones. This won't work, that I make one delay effector. No, I make the first clone here and disable the other two, so I wanna see how it looks like later. Bring back this. No, it's just a little cosmetics, so cosmetics. Put my cloner and MoGraph delay effector. So bring And here in the effectors, the delay has to come under after the random. That's okay. Make here NA to see this a little better. So, and let's see what that does. Maybe I simply disable these two guys here for the moment. So this should run a little faster. And this one I will bake. So I go with Control D in the project settings in cache, and here I can bake everything together at once, so I don't have to select different things. So I am here on the 10 steps. The default is 5, but I mostly use 10. And I bake this. So this should then run in real time. Okay, save it. Okay. Here was something I did not like. Ah, this is from the other, yeah, this is okay. This. How does it look when I give it a little more? So first I have to clear the cache here and give it a little more force. Let's say 12. And let's again Control D. I will here lock this, so I have this window every time open. Okay, run it. Yeah, I think this is better. So now I have to do this, of course, on the other two. So enable them and give them 12 here. Clear cache, and now I bake everything. You will see now when I say bake, now it bakes all 3 of the dynamic tags. I'm back when it's done. Good, it's baked, so what we have to do is we want to see them as well. So, whoops, go to our camera and look how this looks now. It's better, but it's still. Let's see. They should rest already, so. They need a little longer time to rest, so how can I do this? This, I don't want to make it too high with this. So let's clear the cache here. The good thing I can make select all the three of them and okay, and yeah, and caching. pick it. Yeah, I'm back later, so in a second. This looks not like it helped. So normally here, when I'm frame 200 and frame 0, this should be the same picture, and it isn't. It is not much, but it isn't. So let's play, clear the cache, and let's play until it is like the same. Delay effector. I have the delay effector just on this clone. This can use the same delay effector here, and I can use the same delay effector here. So I have just once to set the delay effector. I'm bringing the delay effector to 80. And this should work. And I make another caching. So see you in a second again. Let's see if it's now, but it seems it's still not the same. How do I get this to stay still? You know what? I delete this too for the moment, because this we just have to copy. So this is just can work a little faster. Clear cache. Why is this? Let's go through. Yeah, they don't stand still here. You see, they come not to still standing, and this we need to stand still. So let's go to here. 99 here. And now it seems they do not really move anymore. Let's give it some friction. Give the floor, and here a friction of, let's say, 50 pounds of 0. It still moves. They have to stand still. So this is what we have to find out, how to can make the making stand still. Even they move and move and move and move and move. I think I don't need the delay effector for the moment. So we will find a way. Do not really understand it, why they don't stay still. Let's go here to the expert. The scale is 100 centimeter. One of our sphere is 20 centimeters, so let's go to 20 centimeter. I think it's a, no, not really. When I bring this to 100, they don't move anywhere. This is not really what we want. And 99. So they still run. They shouldn't. Go to 15, 15, no, 15. See what we get now. They still run. It's not possible. Good, no friction. No friction is the trick. We need no friction. Then it works. So let's go back here to 10 by 10 and linear damping to 5 by 5. Does this work as well? No friction is the trick. Okay. We have it, you see, just a little patience and we are happy. This should do nothing now. Let's see. Yay! So now again, scene minus, this was in X, yeah, minus 2100 by Y. And again with plus 1100. Yay! Go to here, save it, and I don't cache this. I render it now. Let's delete this and render it. Okay, I'm back when it's done. It should go quite. Oh, did I? Oh, everything should work, but I'm back when it's... So let's see what we get here. Oops. Nice movement. Yay, like it. And now be careful. Perfect loop. We have a perfect loop. Hooray! I like this, but maybe we have a little too many of the small spheres here. So let's simply go to our clones here. No, not to the clones, the random effectors. Random, random, random. I will make this not 3 times, I will delete this, make it just 1 time. And go to the Effector and play with the... I want a little more bigger ones here. Or make not so small ones. This can do 6 maybe. Yeah, I think this looks better. Okay. And again. Okay, save this. And I make now the colors and everything, and when we have a nice render, so we can clone, and then we clone the... So let's go to here, let's bring this together, so it's something like... No, come on. Okay. So, this maybe... so that we see a lot. So at the here I want to render, no, not render, I want to texture. So we make a very simple floor. First I bring in my Nikomedias Scene Rig, of course. We have nice reflections and everything. I don't need here the floor, so bye bye, I don't need this anymore. HDRI, so, and I make it, I said I make a very simple floor. So the floor, make a material, glossy material, floor, and maybe some RGB spectrum. This not totally white is okay for me. Let's bring in, this is okay, path tracing 200, this is more simple, I don't need at the moment. Yeah, for now it's okay, but I'm sure we'll use a different HDRI at the end. So let's find some nice textures in my pack here. 8. Make here. Well, let's make it for the outside of the something. A chrome or a plastic or a rubber or whatever. I don't know. Chrome, chrome and wood looking good. Yeah, I think chrome and wood looking good. So let's make some. Where is my here? People tell me please if when it's time for a 4K recordings, because on the 4K I would have so much more space to work with. Material, specular metallic. I don't have to name this, I see what this is. Little roughness. Okay. Nice so far, and maybe I have here my bridge some imperfections and this whole thing. So let's search some. Yeah, you know it. Patrons can download, of course, later the project file, and in the project file, of course, you have all the textures and everything. So where is my texture? Sorry when I don't speak directly in the microphone, but this is on the left side my texture monitor. So dirt and scratch, why not? Something like dust, maybe I bring this in here. So first, let's bring this on my tube. On this tube. On the outer one. Okay. And maybe on the inner one. In the middle I want wood. So copy this to here. Copy this to here and copy this to here. And the wood I take from my material pack for Octane, which will be soon out the new one. So I pick this one I like. And this will be for Patreons, of course, free for €5 patrons. And so let's see how this looks. I put it on this tube here. Yep, and you wanna see how this looks like. I don't want it like this, I want it with a cubic mapping. Yeah, but it's not what I want it a little bigger. 3 maybe. Yeah, that looks nice. Good, maybe bring here so that I don't have the. Okay, bring a copy of this one. I don't need this here anymore, so bring a copy of this on this tube here. I don't want to have the same thing here, so I might make here a little different. So nice. And one on this guy here. So. Oops. And again, let's make the different mapping so that everything looks the same. Nice. Maybe I don't like the chromium. I think I don't like the chromium. So take another of my pack. And again, patrons can already download the file here, and we'll get the. This could be nice. Not bad. Let's play a little with the material itself. Where is my? Here is it. Yeah, again, this it's the newest Octane here, and here is a little bug I see, because the earlier versions, if you have selected your texture here and you opened your node editor, the texture was already inside. Now you have to open the node and have to then again click on the texture projection is okay like this. I can. The texture projection is disabled. Enable it, but it's on box here. Let's go to UV. Okay, but I want as well here a UV transform. Okay, and make here in one direction. I want it smaller. Yeah, something like this. And now I want this could be fine. So I think I like this. Okay, and bring it now. These two guys here, so delete this one, whoop, here, And here these are the other ones, and I want it on the small one, I think. Or let the inside be chromium. Yeah, let the inside be chromium. But you see, again, nothing inside. I have to click again on chromium. Let's see if we can do here something. We have some scratches inside. You see it? This is this guy here, so this one. Cubic mapping. Yeah, now I see some scratches here. Let's make it fit the object. So transform and make it maybe smaller or bigger. Bigger, okay. Let's try this, invert it. Now it's not really nice. Something like that, but I want it a little darker. Yeah. That looks not bad. Okay, this I take. Good, so, and now of course we have this in here. Let's go to the other one, so to this one. It is exactly the same now, and this is not what we want, of course. Go to this one and make the same trick again. Okay. Now this one. And okay, save. Next thing, so the tubes are done. We only need now on the floor. We have already a floor, but I want some scratches on the floor, of course, as well. So let's go to the floor, and you have to go again on the floor. Let's bring another. Yeah, I take this. This inside here, but I don't need a lot of this. So I make this inverted. So I want black scratches here, and I want these. Bring it in a mix. A mix. The reason is so I can say how many how much I want to see from the. Don't have to do it with a mix. I could do it with a multiply as well and play with the power of the image or something else. This can do a lot here. So and amount is a float. Float. I don't see anything of my scratches here. But I should see something. Do I have on the floor something? I have no. Yeah. So, okay. I say it, the quarantine is the fault of the quarantine. Everything is the fault of the quarantine. Make this a little bigger, maybe. Okay, now I have some things here. It's not so clean. Nice. Oh, again, the floor. Wait. And a little roughness, of course. Not too much. I wanna have more index. Okay, and now we need the random color in the cloner. Cloner, we have the random, and we say the random, please give us the color as well, Effector color. Okay, now we need a new material. Whoopsie, glossy. This is the cloner. Boing. And yeah, bring in the MoGraph color. MoGraph color or the diffuse. And it would help if we give the whole texture the cloner. And look what we get. Load a little roughness, please. Save. And now I simply copy my scenes. This one minus 2100. This one, copy this one to 1100. Camera, frame 0. Save. Okay, and now let's go to I will now with Control D, I will cache everything so I can scroll through it, find a nice spot and then render this out, this one frame then. So cache and bake please. I am back when it's baked, I would say. So baking is done. It needed some. It needed not even a minute. So scroll through. Yeah, and let's see. Make here a render, just to see how the colors are. It's on Octane render. Here should everything stay okay, but current frame is okay. Render. So yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. Maybe more specular on the floor so that we can see the tubes a little in the specular. And I want the HDRI looks here quite well, but I want to try a different one as well. So first I need this here to see something. So then I want floor material and softness is okay, but I want see more specular. Now I start to see when I go away with the roughness, we see the just when I can guess it. Yeah, no, that's okay. Save. So the next thing, should we play with some? No depth of field, no depth of field. No. Is it the original or the depth of field? No, there is no depth of field. Let's try. I just want to try how it would look. If it has, if it makes sense, we will do it. But if not, autofocus away and let's see. We go with the focus to here. I'm not even sure if it would work with the animation. Come on, give me some. I don't think that it looks, but I don't think that will work. Let's see. No, it would work. We have all time. Yeah, but this looks really right nice here. So you see just. Yeah, that's on you. It looks not bad. I think I will try to make 2 renders of this. Okay, it looks interesting. I think I will render it out with depth of field. Okay, when it comes from behind with depth of field and then it gets sharper, I think it's nice. Anyway, I will render it out with depth of field now. Save it. And with 720 it should be rendered quite fast. So I say not all frames. I don't want the last and the first frame the same, so 199. And render this. Yes, I don't want to. Let's see that. Normally it should be 1 second or something else. I forgot one thing. So stop the render. I forgot one thing, and this. No, not this. This here is the static noise. So okay, now render it, and let's see how long the frame renders. 4 seconds, 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back when it's rendered. Okay, that looks not bad. It's a little too much depth of field, but what I see here is the sum of our tubes running in the wrong direction. So this maybe we should change. So first I go with the DOF. Let's say to 15 here. 20. I don't know. I can do this later. First, it's more important to bring our things in the right direction. Our tubes. So this guy here. This is the tube 1-1. So let's delete these 2 scenes. I can do this later, so I don't have to make it for every scene. Tube 1-1 needs here, for any reason, now a negate, which should be no problem. Give it a negate, give it a... Now it runs in the correct direction, and this guy was wrong as well as far as I have seen. Yep. Here I was curious from the beginning on. So, whoops. Negate. Da 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 dee, da 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 dee. Da 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 da. Super. And this guy is the nice one, Mr. Nice Guy. So, copy minus 2100. Sweet. Copy plus 1100. Save everything. Do it like this. Now make okay, that's, but I want just to see the depth of field here. Come on, what do you looking for this here? Do not really see a lot of depth of field here. What's wrong here? Huh? Good. Is okay, I think. Save it, go back to frame 0, and I ran it again the last time. So we see us very soon, not sehr soon. Let's see how. Yes, and it's the same. It should be the same for a second. Yeah, see now 2 or only 3 seconds. Okay, see you. So now everything should work. The depth of field looks nice here. Let's see. They roll in the correct direction, and the loop is perfect. The only thing we could do better here is, you see, some of the spheres, they stack over each other. Here it was the, let's go back here. Here I think they are over each other. That shouldn't really be. It's not, that does not bother me, but we could eventually avoid this too. Let's make this. This is, yeah, don't have to join just a second plane over it and give it a collide attack, or even better, a second floor. Let's do it. I delete this. So the floor, we don't have to copy the floor the whole time. The floor is everywhere, so we don't have to copy this with our scene. We don't need so many floors inside. So good. When we know the biggest sphere can be 20 centimeter. Okay. That means when I give a floor now, second floor, copy it. Let's see it, and put it 40 centimeter. Where 20 centimeter is the radius of the biggest sphere. 40 centimeter up here. So it should be in between. I will see this here. We have here the floor, this should work, okay. And hide the floor, of course. What do we get here? Control D and I delete all the caches. Let's see what we get here. Ah, we have something. Yeah, of course. The floor is in the wrong direction. I have to, the second floor I have to rotate 180 degrees. So R and rotate it 180 degrees in this direction. So that the normals are okay. Yeah. And now it's impossible that they go over each other. So. But I think I don't have to render this now again. This, we see that it works. But anyways, I will try this with these two floors and make the copies here. It does not render as long, so we can render it again. So X 2001 minus 2000. Minus 2100. 1 minus is enough. Plus minus 1200. Camera. Save. Render. First I delete the other renders. Yeah, I like everything. The dot and everything works nice. Okay, back in a second for you. So let's see if we have still some stacking, but it's not possible. So now it works perfect. A wonderful loop, no problems, no hiccups, no nothing, and no Houdini. Okay, so we are done. I like this depth of field. Okay, we are done. Yeah, I hope you like this one, and thanks again to Chris Novak for the donation, really kind. And yeah, next tutorial will come soon, and if you have questions, complaints, requests, please write me in the comments here or on our Facebook group or on my Facebook site or my website. You can contact me almost everywhere, and I will try to answer really every question. So, as I said, patrons can download this project file from my Patron site. There you will get then all the textures and so. And if you don't use Octane, you can download it as well, because you can use the animation, and at least you have the textures. So the wood map or something else for your texture to make this in physical render. And if you really come in trouble to render this with the physical render, just write me, and of course I will help you, there's no question about it. Okay, if you want to support me on Patreon, you will find a link in the description. If you want to just donate, what I of course appreciate too, yeah, you will find a link in the description as well. I will also link to what was his name here? To Matt Taylor, and yeah, and have a look at his other things. Yeah, some of them I did something for this here already, and yeah, just go through his thing. He has quite nice things here. I think he does everything in Houdini, I think. I'm not sure, but why not? Okay. Yep, that's it for now. I wish you all the best. Please, 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 please. Stay healthy, stay safe. And yeah, I make the next tutorial as sure as soon as possible, for sure. But at the moment it's not so easy. First, I cannot really concentrate, and second, the whole family is the whole day at home and together, and so with children, so you don't have really the time. The time would be here, but it's not the same. So but you see, I try to make everything good. So have a wonderful day, have a wonderful weekend, and hopefully see you soon. All the best here from Vienna. Stay healthy, and yeah, tschüss und baba.